There is a very powerful portal happening this Sunday, January 18th, and you need to know about it, and that's what this episode is all about. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Love Beneath podcast. I'm your host, Minazia Sheikh Al-Islami. I'm an Akashic record reader. I do astrology. I'm a pranayam teacher, and I combine all of these things with my own made meditation music to help you enhance your spiritual psychic gifts, to help you deepen your intuitive senses and expand your consciousness. I arrived at this because I use pranayam / breathwork, but although breathwork and pranayam are actually two, not separate things, but breathwork is kind of the intro. You do breathwork first and then you move into the pranayam techniques. Either way, I was leading a live breathwork class last night and incorporating some pranayam techniques in it. And I just had this deep feeling that I need to speak way more about this. I put it in my newsletter, and if you're subscribed, you already know. If you would like to be subscribed to my free newsletter, that is in the description below. So you might already know about this conjunction happening. I'm going to tell you about it today, but last night I just got this super powerful feeling like, okay, I need to talk about this way more and I need to promote this way more versus just putting it one time in an email. So let me tell you about it first. So we have, and I'm going to bring up my software here. So Pluto was already in Capricorn. As an aside, I practice sidereal astrology. So I practice like what's actually happening in the sky. If you practice tropical astrology, it might be a little different placements than this. So just be aware of that. Today, Venus entered Capricorn. Tomorrow, Wednesday, January 14th, Sun will enter Capricorn. Friday, January 16th, Mars will enter Capricorn. Saturday, Mercury will enter Capricorn. And then finally, Sunday, January 18th, the moon will enter Capricorn, creating a 6-way conjunction there. And the moon will then be a new moon in Capricorn. Now, this is super significant because, as you know, a full moon is where the moon is super bright. The sun is really highlighting the moon. And I like to think of it as the sun's almost bowing to the moon and saying, hey, moon, like, give us your wisdom. When it's a new moon, the sun and the moon are close together and the light is blocked from the moon, right? So the moon is not receiving light. And so what I always feel with a moon that's not receiving light is instead of, hey, I'm shining bright, everyone look at me, she's kind of going like this and saying, hey, let's look within together. So I feel like it's an invitation. Whenever I feel new moon energy, I always feel it's an invitation from her to look within myself and almost a kindred energy. Let's look within ourselves together. So we're not shining, trying to be seen. We're more turning our gaze inward and trying to see ourselves. And especially being in that Capricorn energy. What is Capricorn? Capricorn is, it's Saturn energy. It's the workhorse, right? It's Saturn, as we say in Vedic astrology. Saturn's the grumpy old man who just wants everyone to be like working hard, be patient. What is the grandpa advice? The grandpa advice is always be patient, work hard, and you will be rewarded, right? So that's kind of Capricorn's energy. Capricorns work really hard. If you know a Capricorn, you know. I have multiple Capricorns in my family, as I've said many times. So work hard, rewards will come, build the foundation, be diligent, and it will happen. Now, the portal that's being created is a result of the moon being a new moon. So the moon is kind of like causing us to look inward. And so the energy from all those planets is being highlighted. Additionally, some of those planets are combust, and I can actually tell you. So if planets are too close to the sun, they become combust, and so their energy is kind of quieted a little bit. So sun is elevated, right? Sun obviously cannot be combust because it combusts other planets. Moon is combust. Mars is combust. Mercury is combust. Venus is combust. So they're all being muted a little bit, but they're still giving energy. So the sun's kind of leading the way here, but we have the energy of Pluto, Venus, Moon, Mercury, Mars, all like kind of giving. So it's really cool because they're not all fighting for the spotlight. They're kind of all coming together with the sun illuminating the truest power of this portal. And that's why I feel it's kind of creating this portal energy. So what I feel called to say today about this, I'll put that away. What I feel called to say about this is that portal energy is pure, unfiltered work. It is the premium gasoline we need in our tank to get it done. So if you have a manifestation, a desire, a dream, a goal that you are like, this is the year. I want it to happen this year. And think big, by the way. Don't be limited to like, well, what could realistically, like, we're not being realistic right now, right? We're just play with me. Enter into this play space with me right now, this playground. So think of a desire, goal, mission, like whatever that you're like, oh, my soul is burning for it. My heart's burning for it. I want it to happen. What we can do with this portal energy is we bring that to the forefront, and then let me talk about that later. But for you, let's say you're going to do this on your own. On Sunday, you would just have that in your heart. Have it in your heart. And then as this portal energy comes in, it mixes with this desire and starts giving it shape, starts giving it form, starts expanding it. So you're almost putting your desire at the pedestal of this conjunction of this portal, and co-creating with source, with the universe, whatever words you want to use, your higher self, to actually give this some meat and bones, your desire, and help it to come to fruition, like to actually help you birth it into the 3D. So that's how this portal is so significant and also really helping us in our lives. Now, if you listened to that and you were like, okay, sounds good, but like, how do I actually do that? This is where I'm going to come in. And if you are signed up for my newsletter, you already know about this. But on Sunday, I felt really called to lead a new moon portal workshop, 90-minute workshop, and we're going to do it step by step together. So it's 5 p.m. Central over Zoom. If you are a Solos member, it is complimentary. If you are a non-Solos member, it's $25, and you will get a replay. So if you can't actually make it live, you can still sign up. And that replay will be there 24 hours after the event, and then you can do it. This energy will be live for about 3 days afterward. So don't worry if you can't come exactly live. I know Sunday night's hard for people sometimes. You can still sign up and receive it, and you can still do it just within 3 days of then. So we're going to be doing breath work, sound, and everything that I've made specifically for the breath work that I do and the pranayama that I do. And then we're going to enter into a meditation and actually together do the process of bringing the desire forward, channeling the energy of the portal, mixing it together, and like expanding it in ourselves to birth it into 3D. It's going to be so cool. I fully just received all of this and how to do it and what I should do. If you've been following me for a while, you know, I very much listen to what earth energies are encouraging me to do. And I've always been very connected to the earth and elementals, earth energy, fae, you know, whatever words we want to use for the souls that comprise the earth. And I just felt so strongly like we need to work with this and we need to be in union with the energy that's all around us. And why push yourself working so hard when we can just wait for moments like this, when there's a big boom of energy, and then we can just, it's just beautiful to co-create. You know, I just personally like to feel connected to everything around me as well. So I love how I said these were all going to be 5 minutes, and now they're all more than 5 minutes, but I needed to explain all of that. So that's what it is. So anyway, that's a little tidbit. Maybe I'll adapt it to, these are under 10 minutes. I'll say that. That is the portal coming up. I'll be talking about it probably a little more tomorrow as well. So catch the video tomorrow. Again, if you want to sign up for that workshop, description box will have the link as well as a bunch of other stuff, how to work with me, all sorts of things. Thank you for watching. Please comment on the video. Please like it, subscribe, send it to someone who needs to see or hear this. You can also feel free to invite anyone to the workshop. The more the merrier, of course. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.